played really tough against a good JMU team. What about today, when you knew it was going to be a tough one against VMI?
Yeah, VMI is a really tough football team. They came out, it was a physical contest, a defensive-minded contest, both teams having great defenses. Tremendously proud overall with how we played. We dealt with a lot of adversity. Unfortunately, some of it was self-inflicted adversity, so I'd like to not have that type of adversity. But particularly the way we responded, and I got to give hats off to our offense responding after the trick play. All the momentum's now swung to VMI in the fourth quarter, and we go out there and just have a great drive that we overcome 2 first and 20s, bring it down the field and score, and then obviously our special teams come up huge with the blocked punt, and then we helped put it away and grind out some clock on offense with a big 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. So we played well when we needed to play well, and we responded to a lot of adversity, and while we didn't play a perfect football game, we certainly deserved to get the victory here today.
You talk about that offensive line. You were without, when you count in Sean Quarterman, who started last week
Yes.
against James Madison, you were without 4 of your starters. McGuinn stepped in there at left tackle, and so many other guys. It's better to have depth back there, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And then unfortunately we lost Harrison Shepard throughout the course of the game as well. So yeah, that's the one position that we were very, very banged up. And on top of it all, it's what makes VMI a great defense. Well, their defensive line and how multiple they line up and pressure you, and they force the issue. And that's something that a veteran offensive line can handle a lot easier than a bunch of guys who are kind of playing next to each other for the first time. Coach Pearson, our offensive line coach, has done a great job of helping us through all of these injuries, because we've been very healthy at almost every other position, but the offensive line, we keep getting banged up, and they really responded as that game went on, never quit, never got frustrated, and like I said, along with our team, they deserve that large credit in that 4-minute drill to run the clock out at the end and get those 2 first downs to run out the clock. That's all on your offensive line when the defense knows you're going to run the football.
You get a week off, Coach. How much is that big, any time of the year, but particularly now?
Yeah, I think it's great. There's a lot that we can learn from. We do have some banged up guys, some of those offensive linemen that hopefully will be back for Penn, but having that extra week off will certainly help us in that degree.
It was also Alumni Football Weekend. Wow, so many of the alums back. What did it mean for you to have all those guys who played for the Orange and Blue back here to support this team?
Yeah, it was great. And the thing that I love is, I've been here at Bucknell long enough now that it's great to see the young alums that come back and guys who made it onto the sideline and somehow made it past security and snuck out there and was there to greet the team. I mean, they're a tremendous group of guys. I had a chance to have some drinks with a lot of them last night, and then come out here and see some of those young guys back there for really their first football game since graduating. It was a lot of fun, and to get a win in front of all those guys was great too.
Coach, congratulations. You and the team deserve it.
All right, thanks.
Ran for 79-yarder against Towson last year, but you love that contact, that hard running up the middle, don't you, Rushawn?
I mean, yeah, just being a bigger running back, I got to hold my own. I can't ever get embarrassed out there, so I hold my own. O-line does a great job making seams for me, so once we get past the first level, I just got to go ahead and do my work.
You're a junior, but what about your senior mate Damian Harris on that drive that ultimately allowed Bucknell to take the 14-7 lead late in the fourth quarter? What about some of those catches he made? You're used to it in practice, aren't you?
Yeah, Dame made some incredible catches. I told the tight end that scored, Charlie Kreinbacher, I told him he better go thank Dame, because he's the one who saved that drive. He's the one who allowed him to get down there and score that touchdown.
You're not just a running back. You are a great running back, but you block, you do so many other things. Where's your strong suit, you feel?
I mean, obviously playing running back is my strong suit, running the ball and stuff. But, you got to be as versatile as you can, especially if you want to play at the next level. So I got to be able to catch the ball, block, run, and do everything I can to help my team.
I asked Connor this. I'll ask you. He's a senior. He doesn't have too many more games left in his career. Thankfully, you're a junior. You have this year and next. But, you can't take these games for granted. Everyone is a dogfight to get a victory. What did it mean to you and the team back there when you got to say Ray Bucknell?
I mean, that was one of few times I had to sing that song. So, I never take any game or practice for granted, because, you never know when your last one's going to be. So I really appreciate the win, and, thank God as always. And we're just going to keep pushing and keep getting some more wins.
Amen, brother. Great job, Rushawn. Appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you.
A lot of the focus this week was just hustling, getting to the ball as fast as we can for as long as we can. So I think that really came into play. A lot of it wasn't right away. We had a lot of good coverage on the back end that allowed us to end up getting to them, which felt great in the end.
And yet you guys have been in this situation. Last year, you came from behind. Now you were in the lead
Right.
pretty much the entire way here. But how much did that experience from last year in tight games when you got those wins pay off this game?
Yeah, I think it helped tremendously. We were able to stay composed. Like games that come to mind were Lehigh, Georgetown last year, where they came down right to the wire, and this was another one of those games where I think we really relied on the veteranness of our team.
And yet, while the defense was outstanding, what about that punt block by Goheed?
That was incredible. Coach Schaefer drew that up this week. He's been working it all week, and it's been working in practice, so it was great to see it. Couldn't have been at a better time. In a better spot of the field for the team.
But you know, it was still tough. VMI, you knew it. They were hardened after last week's win in the last minute against Davidson. You knew they were going to battle to the end. Did you ever feel comfortable up 7-0 in the fourth quarter?
I don't think you ever feel comfortable up one score in a college football game, but we were confident. Our confidence never wavered. We weren't comfortable, but we were definitely confident and knew we'd have players step up and make some plays, which happened. So.
How big of a win is this after last week? JMU, which I don't know if you heard, JMU beat Virginia 36-35.
Really?
Ironside, the kid who came in at the quarterback slot in the second half against Bucknell, who played so well, played the entire game, had 300 yards, many TDs. What did it mean to get a win here in your home opener?
It felt great. It just felt awesome, especially after a game like last week where we fought hard, but it didn't necessarily show in the score. So it felt great to come back here in Lewisburg and get it done.
Way to go, buddy. Great job. Way to win it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.